LBC's James O'Brien grilled the London mayor after a high number of teenagers were killed as a result of knife crime in 2017. Despite it being one of Mr Khan's biggest election pledges, Mr O'Brien blasted the Labour politician. He said, "It's the biggest number of teenagers killed since 2008 and it happened under your watch, and this was a campaigning pledge." Mr O'Brien called the London mayor's failure to tackle knife crime as politically and personally disastrous, and called it disgraceful. He said, "There's no spinning it. There's no getting out of it." LBCSadiq Khan said Britain must invest in young people to stop knife crime. "It's the biggest number of teenagers killed since 2008 and it happened under your watch." James O'Brien: "I appreciate you haven't stabbed anybody yourself, but if you campaign saying you'll bring it down and then it goes up exponentially, some of that has to stick." Mr Khan said, "Well, it's a kind of struggle to these bereaved families. By the way, my political prospects are," but the LBC host hit back and said, "Well, they're not. Here, Sadiq Khan, you are. I'm talking to you, about you." Mr Khan said, "I speak to them all the time, the bereaved families. The knife crime plan we published last summer was as a result of speaking to bereaved families, experts, ex-members of gangs, people who are involved in a serious, specialists and Ofsted and many others. That knife crime plan is doing its job." In November and December, record numbers of arrests made, a third of which through stop and search, 350 weapons taken off the streets. Mr O'Brien continued to grill the politician and said, "You can bombard me with these numbers and I just throw the number back at you. 80 people got stabbed last year and it's gone up to the highest level since 2008. It's not working, whatever it is that you're doing." Mr Khan said, "Yes and no. It takes some time for these strategies to take its course." The Labour politician said Britain must invest in its young people through areas such as education, prevention, youth centres and role models. He said, "Every time a young person chooses to pick up a knife, that is a failure. That's why there is a campaign to educate young people."